The whole case. Yes, the whole thing. Oh! They're here. Hello. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. I am, of course, Lithodora, the Arcane Explorer. And you were brought here by the wonderful Dr. Foxmeat. We got a whole case of pink eye ointment heading out. Right now, a fresh batch of it. Here, let's take a look. Let's get in here close for all of you. There we go. There we go. Lithodora's pink eye ointment. You can see it right there on the label. Is for helping to treat the pink eye, the conjunctivitis that you did, of course, contract from the fart blessings. I hope that you read the fine print when joining into the Foxmeat stream. When dealing with a doctor, it's always best to read the fine print. I know it's very fine. Get your glasses or someone with very good eyesight to read it for you. Yes, Dr. Foxmeat is a wonderful wizard, the brown wizard. I told him to wash his robes. I think he might actually be wearing white robes, but all the fart blessings,
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
Dragon Holy Fire, welcome on in. I, of course, am Lithodora, the Arcane Explorer. We're gonna jump in really quickly and do something a little bit different, though, because I've been just pushing. We're pushing really hard. We're trying to get in on getting Stream Raider affiliate, which is a different thing altogether. So we're gonna put in a troop right now. Now, if you don't know what Stream Raiders is, well, watch what I'm doing. This is basically it. You go there, you click on the battle in the chat, and when you log in, you just drag a troop and you drop it. Boom! You put in a troop every 5 minutes for 30 minutes, and we have a battle. It's amazing. It's wonderful. Let's get back into the workshop. Woo! 20 bits for the pink eye cure. Look at them all flying around. Now, the other thing you could do here, by the way, is drop into a cauldron. Look at that. You can drop right in. Yes, you might actually land in the cauldron. Speaking of cauldrons, let's get over here for a second. No, I didn't land in the cauldron, but I landed in the cauldron. Exclamation mark drop, and you can get in there too. That's right. Hexagonal Sun's doing it. Tomas doing it. Get in here. It's time to drop in the cauldron. Everybody get in the cauldron. And that one's a hot cauldron down there, I gotta tell you. Woo, look at them all. Now you're gonna bump into each other. Yes. The goal is to land in the cauldron. It's important. It's very important. Here to miss the cauldron. Yes, it's highly important. Now, let's do a shout-out. Because it's important to do shout-outs to make sure people know how much we appreciate them. You're about to be, getting a second-hand fart blessing. I'm sure of it. But let's try. Let's see what happens.
Is simply this. Gathered round in a semicircular formation so that I have a direct line of sight to each and every one of you. Next, simply put your face right on up close to the screen. Just jam that fucker right on in there.
I'm in here.
Lastly, crank up those speakers so that even your neighbors can catch a whiff of this brutal John Wick style fart blast right to the face. And just like that, you've been fart blessed. It's just that easy.
Pink eye ointment? I mean, you're gonna need it. Yeah, I'll put some into the chat. That's probably the easiest, most efficient way for me to actually deliver the ointment to you, other than the fact that it is going to be available very soon in the damn merch store. Yay! It's taken me a long time. A long time, I tell you, to get that into the merch store. Why? Well, I was making labels for my liquid darkness potion, which, this is wet. It's been floating in the cauldron. No wonder it's ruined. But I was making labels for some of my potions. Gonna get them up into the merch store. And I've been having some little bit of a difficulty. Let's go over to the workshop so you can take a look. Up close and personal. But can I drink the pink eye ointment? It's topical. It's topical ointment. Which means that you Use it in timely manners and conversations, I think. It's topical. Yeah, it's topical. See, look, I made a label here. And the silver didn't come out. It's supposed to say Lithodora's Liquid Darkness. What the hell's Lithodora's Liquid Darkness, you ask? Well, welcome to the Wizard Shopping Network. I am Lithodora, your host. This, of course, is Liquid Darkness. Now, if you give it a good shake, oh, look at that. Really, gets in there. Liquid Darkness. Now, if you drink this, you're gonna have diarrhea. For, probably about 6 days to the rest of your life, which is going to be because of the diarrhea. I mean, if you have diarrhea for 6 straight days, probably going to be the rest of your life. Mr. Smith! Got a question. What did you suggest to a bard that's run out of songs to sing? How did you run out of songs to sing? Did you sing them all, or did you have to pay a royalty fee? And you're like, I can't afford that. I'm a broke bard. I mean, come on. Nobody's tossing a coin to me. I'm broke. I mean, I feel that. Seriously, I feel it. Whew. Liquid Darkness shits is for life. That's right. Vitivic Arts. Diarrhea. Cha-cha-cha. Yes. Oh, yeah. Hey, welcome in, everybody, by the way. I mean, the Vapor Witch is here. Wanted me to stretch. Let's do this kind of stretch. Let's really get that. Thought I was going to get a pop in there. Maybe a soda. Depends on the region you live in. I don't understand that distinction. Why do some places call it pop and other places call it soda? Doesn't make any sense. In other places, it's cola. What? I mean, generally when I'm out looking for Coke, it's not really, you know. Anyway, I call it soda. I do myself. But the first time I asked somebody in this region for soda, they took me to baking soda. Dear sir, or madam, this is not what I'm looking for. That happened at some place called Fred Meyer's. Never even heard of it. Now, of course, for all of you here that are new here, who've never seen me before, I am Lithodora, the Arcane Explorer. I am in another dimension. It's hard to mention. But I'm in another dimension. I traveled through a portal. Speaking of portals, I need something to drink. There we go. Ah! Why is it always water? Do you have any wine? Oh, closed. Damn. Maybe I could turn the water into wine. I knew a wizard who could do that. They wrote a book about him. 2,000 years later, it became some kind of weird, like, religion or something, like a cult. I don't know. It was weird. I mean, one time they had a little bit of food, and then he made it into a lot of bit of food so everybody could eat. And they were like, wow, that was amazing. I was like, Jesus. Every wizard can do that. But, you know, they wrote a book about him. It was crazy. You know, it was mostly fiction. They should have put that at the beginning. All the incidents in this book are fiction, and not meant to represent anything that happened in real life. It would have been good. Thank you for feeding Aiden. Aiden, you're getting chunky up there. Now, Aiden, of course, is our dragon. A caged dragon. He had to be caged. Aiden was I'm not really sure if it's a he or a she dragon. I didn't ask, and I didn't lift the tail to look or anything, you know what I mean? But Aiden had gotten into some mischief. Got into an engorging potion. Let me tell you, the king was none too happy when a giant dragon was crawling his way up the castle. Well, her. You know, Aiden, what do you... There? Okay. There, Aiden says. So, Yes, the dragon basically was causing a ruckus up on top of the building. It was crazy chaos on the castle. So we had to put Aiden into a special cage. Now, Aiden does get let out every day for special treats. Dragon treats. And Aiden has been recently bred. Put him together with my good friend Kraken, and they had a baby. Now Kraken's dragon had like, I don't know how to explain the eyes. The eyes were like, yeah, like that, yeah. And I was like, something's wrong with your dragon. You wanna, increase the gene pool. Don't keep breeding them together like brother and sister like you've been doing. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't the South. We're in the North up here. We are in the North. I don't have the map to show you. Oh, Lady Superior, I would definitely breed my dragon with yours. I think that's a euphemism. Yes, it probably is, but, whatever. The Vapor Witch, thank you for lurking. Dragon Holy Fire, free all dragons! Well, yeah, they can't be all free. Now, I do have a good friend. He's an elf. He is a dragon lord. Ooh. And the dragon lords have elder dragons. And elder dragons, of course, can speak. Interesting. The elves are a little, what's the word for it? Stuck up? Yeah, stuck up. That's the word. They think they're better than most people, They do. And, it's kind of hectic. Now, yesterday we were playing the game Stray with the kitty cat. Tonight, we're not going to be doing that. Mr. Rats! Mr. R. Ants? You're getting in my beard. Don't do that. Then not the... Wait, what's going on there? Ah, there we go. So we are pushing for Stream Raider affiliate still. I honestly don't know how well that's going. We're really close. It says so over here on this chart. It says I just need to do a couple more battles, which is always exciting. It always says I need to do more battles, though. Let's take a look. Let me see. 5 battles. I'm not going to get 5 battles done tonight. Seriously, 5 battles. That's a lot of battles. Whew, so... Let me tell you about some things about myself. I am planning on going to the TwitchCon, which is going to be a lot of fun in October. I'm going to be driving there as soon as I get through a portal, and of course get my license, a wizard license, Ooh. Oh, I landed in the cauldron. I'm barely in the cauldron. By the way, I want to show, Lady Superior pointed it out there, but you can drop your character with an emote. Any emote will work. Not the better TTV ones, though. They do not do it. But, so close to making it in there. That is not the closest I've ever been to the cauldron. Seriously, let's go to the cauldron. Let's all go to the cauldron. See? Dead center. Well, I'm a little off, because I'm sitting funny. Aye, it's warm in here. Now, if you look closely at the fire, the flames down below, you will, of course, see that those are skulls that are on fire. Yes, those are skulls. 15 bits! Drop it. Thank you for the bits for the cauldron drop. Now, the fun thing about the bits. See how they drop all the candy and stuff here? When people are dropping into the cauldron, those bits will move them around. They'll hit them. Now, I think it's still waiting to reset. It goes from the time the last person did it. So, like Quaxo right there. Gonna land in the cauldron? Yes! Almost perfect! In the center, but that is probably drop top. What is drop top? Well, that's, the command I try to use, but it doesn't always work. When I say, hey, drop your top. It doesn't work often, but, the cauldron is pretty hot. Beard. That's likely. See, it didn't work. Drop top. There it is. Look at that. Lithodora is in the lead with 72.83. I did drop in yesterday. How about we do a drop reset, which I think will reset, drop? Which one is it? I can't remember my commands. There we go. Now we can drop in there with a different command altogether. Let me get over here with a different setup. There you go. Now we can all drop again. Let's see if I can land in the cauldron. See, it's me, and I land in the cauldron, and Lady Superior. Who doesn't need your Squirtle in the cauldron? Is that a euphemism? That's not a euphemism. Damn, I thought it was a dragon. Holy fire! Gonna give me a seizure with that one. Look at that. Rolling on through. Rolling on through. Oh! My goodness, taking the new record, my friends. Dr. Chronic dropping in with the skull, which, by the way, the skulls of my enemies. I mean, I'm a nice guy, but don't mess with me. They're down there. Down below. Look at them. There's skulls down there. Yeah, seriously, let's take a look. Let's go down. Skulls! Look at them! There's skulls in there, I tell you. Anyway, back to where we were. Secure me! Where are you going? Let's get back in there. Poof! I want to see if you land. Do you land? No. Oh, so close. Ugh. I hate when I bounce off the rim. Where'd this beach ball come from? There's a ball. Do you guys see that? There's a ball right there. And there's somebody burning in the fire! Oh my gosh. Quick! Quick! Let's call somebody. There is a timeout for each drop. Yes, there is. And it's you'll see it. The cauldron will disappear. Once the cauldron disappears, it's time to go again. Let's do some shouting at people. Ah! Oh, wait. Shout-outs, I mean to say. Sorry, I meant shout-outs. I sometimes get words mixed up. Let's try this. Let's see how Lady Superior looks.
I heard myself, so that would be so funny. I see.
She's on the high C, which is a fruit drink, I believe.
My goodness.
There's quite an echo there.
Yeah, I think they're so fun. They're so fun.
Oh.
It works with Among.
It works with Among Us. Bizen, how you doing? We're shouting out people. Look at right here. I'm like gonna be the Oprah of Twitch. Well, I'm poor. I'm not gonna be the Oprah of Twitch, but I'm giving everybody shout outs. Let's see.
God damn it. If it's not obvious.
What's he doing?
This hurts.
That is the strangest Sea of Thieves I've ever seen.
I can hear him yelling
Is he actually?
it. Yeah.
Who else needs a shout out? I do. No, I don't need one. I'm here. You're here. How's everybody doing? Who else is a streamer? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat so I know who needs a shout out. Yes, that doesn't make me look like I'm awful at the game. Every shout out makes me look like I'm awful at the games, let me tell you. I do go through and I do delete a lot of clips. Yes. You haven't streamed in a hot minute, but we had a good time in the past playing the Sea of Thieves together. That clip just came and went. Did you see it? It was gone. Like that. Like that. It was gone. So I am a wizard who sells the Sea of Thieves from time to time, and it is a good time. I like it. Usually I can cast a good spell to give us good, calm weather. Alright, I'm gonna try dropping in the cauldron too. Let's see if I can get in here. Let's try this shout out again too. I'm gonna land in the shout out. That's the important thing. There we go.
Can I skip these fights by jumping over there?
No, you can't.
No, I still have to,
Lithodora is
don't I?
dropping right through your shout out. Look at
There's
him.
a lift?
Mm.
I don't know if I risk it. You know what? I can make the jump, can't I?
No.
It's kind of belief in myself.
Did you just go the wrong way? Shout out Obama! Does he stream? You know who does stream? Watch this. I'm not kidding. Bernie Sanders is on Twitch. Go figure. Obama, not so much. He's on Netflix. You know who he's on Netflix with? With Adam Conover. That guy.
I'll declare it now. That's canon. That Adam Ruins Everything character, that version of Adam Conover, the one who, briefly dated Haley and, his sister is Rhea Butcher. Her sister is played by Rhea Butcher. Excuse me. That character is dead and was killed by Eric Andre. I personally am alive.
I'm Flower Man, hello!
I'm once again asking you for your Prime Twitch sub.
Actually, Bernie Sanders, when he does stream, is not paying attention to the chat. Somebody else is. He's just doing his thing. But I am asking you for your Twitch Prime sub. I would take it. I got a stack of... Oh, shit, actually. I literally have a stack. Let's go to the workshop. Yeah, I could do a really good Bernie Sanders impersonation. I've spent enough time listening to the man talk. This right here is a portion, but a portion of my medical bills. So, it's just... Now, for those of you who don't know me, I recently had a heart attack when I was getting ready to do a stream a month ago. Hoo-hoo! Seriously, serious as a heart attack. It really did happen. Whew. I was working on Twitch Tacto. I was getting ready to do my wizard stream. I was having some serious chest pains, and I thought, I don't feel okay. And I just got up and got a ride to the ER. And when I got there, they were like, you're having a massive heart attack. And, they did all the stuff. They went through my wrist right here. There's some dots. I don't think you can even see it. There's a dot right there where they went through my wrist into my heart and they put in a stent or two and saved my life. And then they tried to give me a second heart attack by sending me thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in bills. Apparently, it cost $250,000 to have a heart attack, everyone. Yes, that's right. Whew. Now this right here... No, that's the... I am applying for financial assistance. That's what this is. Trying to reduce the amount of bills I gotta pay. But these two right here, these represent the two I've paid. Ooh, look at me. I've paid two. Ugh. Yeah. The fun part is, the person from financial assistance told me, had I waited until July 1st, the financial guidelines they used to determine financial aid would have put me in a place where I would have gotten 100% of my medical bills written off. Had I known, I would have waited 2 weeks. I mean, I wish they had sent me a memo, an email, a fax, some skywriting, something. I mean, they could have used a portal. They could have come through the portal and given me a check. Ham Flower Man! Thank you so much for that sub! And helping to pay off my substantial medical bills. Woo! Now earlier somebody asked me what my most popular spell is. Spells are interesting in that I feel that most people can do spells, and I personally like this little potion right here. It's my favorite potion. It seems to be a little bit missing. I think somebody used some. Now this, as you can see by the triple X on it, is, of course, lust. It is lust! In about... What just happened? Lady Superior! Coming in with a sub. I want to get a bell and just start ringing the bell, but that would drive my cat crazy. Thank you so much for that sub. I better read some of these chats. I guess if only I had a heart attack later. Woo! Hope the Wizard Council has good insurance. My insurance, ironically, I was just complaining that I pay a substantial amount of my income, more than 10% of my annual income, to insurance. And at that moment, I said, and I never use it. I went to the doctor, I had a checkup, he said, you know, you're looking okay. Probably, you know, take some more walks, eat less fried food, see you next year. And that was it. And, I never use it. And then now I needed it. And they say, you know, I'm fighting with them about a couple of things. They won't cover putting stents in my heart. They're like, you didn't get it pre-approved. And I'm like, what? Are we really having this conversation right now? Really? Does anybody out there, you want to get some cosmetic stents put in your heart? I mean, seriously, just think about it. It'll make you look like you have a bigger heart or something. I mean, yes, they actually said that to me. It wasn't a pre-approved surgery.
All magic comes with a price.
The Vaporwitch cheered with 200. Oh my goodness, did that just kick off a hype train? It did! Holy crap! Well, thank you so much for kicking off that hype train with those 200 bits. Normally, I say those bits would be going back into the stream here to make sure that I can get some new equipment, but now it's going into some things. Now, and I appreciate all the support here. I didn't mean to go on a rant about all these things, but I just happened to look over and see this pile of medical bills sitting here. And I spent most of my day contacting all these companies saying, hey, you gonna work with me here? I can't pay you. Now, two things. I had committed to buying a car right before having a heart attack, so I have car payments to make that I'm not getting out of. And I'd already pre-purchased things for going on vacation to TwitchCon. I pre-purchased them. The day before having a heart attack, I bought 2 tickets to Disneyland. Non-refundable, non-transferable. I'm going to Disneyland. I don't care. Even if I have to ride It's a Small World all day long. I'm going. You guys, yeah, I'm going to Disneyland. That's right. I have not been to Disneyland in 20-something years or more. And originally, the old Dr. Foxmeat and I had a plan. We were going to go meet up at Universal Studios at the Harry Potter land. And then his financial situation changed, and then I was like, well, let's just go to Disney. It's closer. And more to do. More to do. And then, I had a heart attack. Why don't you just teleport into places? Save some money. I try that. The cat doesn't like it. Because I am taking Black Cat with me. And we have a plan. So where I will be starting out is on the Canadian border of the West Coast. And I'll be driving all the way to the Mexican border on the West Coast still. It'll be a nice, long road trip. Enjoyable, relaxing, in my brand new car. I mean, it's quite a drive. It is 21 hours. But as I say, I had planned to buy a new car. And I did. I bought a brand new Kia Forte GT. Ooh, I love my car. I find myself wanting to go get in the car and go for drives, even though I don't need to go anywhere. But I have been driving out to the river and taking walks, because after a heart attack, you're supposed to be taking walks in a nice flat area. So going out to the nice river, taking nice leisurely strolls out there has been lovely. From Dallas to San Diego, You want to see my long what? Hit me up later in DMs. I could try using the blink spell a bunch. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I could actually. Terrible long stretches of desert and boring. Well, my thought was to add an additional 11 hours. I didn't realize it was going to be an additional 11 hours, but it might be worth the drive. One thing I want to buy, even if I can't afford it, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy a nice dash cam. And in the car, I'm going to drive on Highway 101/1, just down the coast, the entire way down there. It does add a long amount to the trip, but I think it might be worth it. By taking PCH, the Pacific Coast Highway, that's right. That's what I was thinking of doing, driving from the very start of the Pacific Coast Highway to the end. Well, in the continent, you know, in the United States anyway. A beautiful drive, I think. Yeah, there's a lot to see. It's a beautiful drive. Set up the dash cam, record the entire stretch of the road, come back, put it all together, speed it up, put it on YouTube. I think that would be a wonderful idea. Now on the way back, taking I-5. Because we're going to be, well, let's go do the Stream Raider battle, then I'll tell you more about this plan. Because it's still a working plan. Because I am going to be meeting up with some other folks when I'm there. And I am going to be in Southern California for an entire week. I already paid for the lodging. Look at this battle. Speaking of a battle, I'll tell you about my other plan. The other thing I've already paid for before even having a heart attack is going down there. I paid for the Disney tickets, but I'm gonna go finally. 12-year-old me would be ecstatic about this idea. Going to medieval times. Gonna have dinner with a bunch of people. That's gonna be a grand time, I think. And then when we're there, I think we're gonna stay right close to there in an Airbnb for the night. So that way we can just pop into Disneyland the next day. Instead of driving all the way back to San Diego, just stay up there for the night. Get up early in the morning, go in there, and do the thing. You know, go to Disneyland. It's open from 8 to 8 on the day that I'll be there. Oh, you went to the pirate version. I had seen that. I thought that looked like fun. Why aren't we going there? But it makes sense. Alright, get your troops in there. We're going to have a grand time there. But let's get back into the workshop so we can talk about that. Whee! Yes, medieval times. 12-year-old me always wanted to go. You know what I mean? I mean, look at me. I am 45,841 years old. Wizard time works that way. Very close to 46,000 years old, but today I am 45,841 years old. Yes, the medieval times and the pirate one are really close to each other. They are. So they are next to each other. It's gonna be $100 for dinner. I already paid. I had a coupon. I really did. I had a coupon for 20% off. Like, we got a coupon. Let's use it. Code 20MT, I think it was. Yeah. Look at me. I remember my coupons. I'm budgeting this stuff. I have a whole spreadsheet that I set up to figure out if I could afford a car, to figure out if I could, you know, make the trip, to figure out the gas, to figure out all this stuff. I didn't expect to have lots of medical bills suddenly. That's really threw a wrench into the whole thing. And I was like, can you guys work with me? Renaissance fairs, well. WizWorld Live, who streams here on Twitch. Hopefully we get a shout out coming up. There we are.
Nancy Pelosi did go to the Vatican and receive communion, which allegedly was controversial because the Pope gave her communion and she supports abortion rights.
Right.
Honestly, so what? I received communion in high school, even though I was a slut back then. Because sluts love shit. I can confirm. You're getting me between a cracker. Little sip of wine. I'm a slut.
Oh. Oh.
Sorry. Really got me with that one.
So, I always love those clips. Wizworld Live is a wizard talk show on Friday nights here on Twitch. You can find her tomorrow night at 7 p.m. No, I don't know. Go over there. Find him. You'll find out. He's over there. He's Wizworld Live. Now, the reason I brought up Wizworld is because Wizworld is attending Renaissance fairs. They're doing, well, Wizworld Live. They're live performances where they stand up and do wizard comedy bits at a Renaissance fair. Kind of a nifty concept. And eventually I will be on Wizworld Live. I just gotta kind of make it a point to say, hey, I'm ready to be on the show. Because he asked me before, and I said, well, I got a lot on my plate. Like, not just paying all those bills. Yeah, I got a lot of bills to pay. But we also have another channel, which I don't do much on, but we are hosting Twitch Tacto, my friends. Here on Twitch. Oh, shit.
Hi, I'm Nemi, your friendly neighborhood demon.
That was not what I was
Find me
expecting.
here at Twitch Nemitsli. Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Look, it's
I'm
Nemi.
just a random streamer that does random things here, and we all get together and celebrate our degeneracy. And
I'm gonna
you're
have to
always
change the
welcome
clips
to come
around.
and be yourself at the demon lair, free of judgment.
I was
No kink
expecting
shaming, that's
something
the only rule
else.
that I have. So
Twitch Tacto! That was actually from our episode of Twitch Tacto. The premiere episode was on last Saturday. This Saturday we will not be having an episode, but next Saturday, on the 30th, there will be an episode. Dr. Foxmeat was supposed to be on the premiere, but, you know, you gotta remind him a lot. He forgot. I had to replace him. The other thing that was a problem with the Twitch Tacto was I forgot to click the button that says to save the VOD. No. I was very upset with myself when I realized what I had done, because I had intended to take that clip, make it into some kind of promo, because I need more people to be on the show. There are 12 people on one episode. 12! That's a lot of freaking people. Bit of Arts was on it. Lady Superior was on it. Nemi was on it. Yeah, there was a lot of people on it. It was a lot of fun. Yeah. Never been to a Renaissance fair, just the Viking festival near me. Probably somewhat similar. A little bit. I mean, I watched The Northman. Actually, I watched it with Dr. Foxmeat. Quite an interesting time. Dr. Foxmeat and I, and your Uncle Meatball, and Wyla. We watched the Northman in Discord. So I was thinking about doing that more too. Is Sunday night movie nights, bringing those back again. Maybe watch something. It's always hard to get enough people together to want to watch a movie and to agree on the movie we're gonna watch. You know what I mean? The Northman was really good though. It was bloody. It was quite good though. I enjoyed it. It was good. Not to my knowledge, chainmail, if any. Usually the wealthier berserkers could afford it. I should do a movie poll actually I should promote the movie every stream and be like, Sunday! In the Discord! We're gonna be doing something! Speaking of chainmail armor, I'm gonna show off something. A whole year ago, I dropped money on a Kickstarter for EVA foam, scale, and chainmail. It just arrived. Yes.
So, let's take a look. What arrived in this box so I can show it off? Why not? I want to show it off because it's cool. Was that a spider? Ah! Notice some assembly is required, so I want you to understand what I'm about to show you. Is a sheet like this. You can see the little rings in it. Basically, you pop it all out like I'm doing right there, and then you weave it together. It's foam. Look how thin it is. So it'll be super light. Now that is, of course, the chain mail. And somewhere in this box is the scale mail. Let me just show you what they sent me. I should mention I spent way too much money on this stuff. Look at how many I got, though. That's the ring mail, or the scale mail right there. And the little ringlets all connect together. So you pop all this out, you basically fold it together, you make your armor out of the foam, use a heat gun, which I have, and you make armor. Now, why did they send me a rainbow of colors? I have no idea. I didn't expect that, but I got red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple horseshoes. You know, they're all in here. I had intended to share the contents of this box with some others, though, to help others get some of their stuff made up, because armor is a bit heavy, you know what I mean? And so one of the things, if you don't know this, you can find me on this guy's stream over here, King Norcali. There he is.
That's what it'll be. I heard real kings can lick their sword and show how sharp. No, fuck you. No, who told you this? How many kings do you know? Tell me that.
4. I know 4 that are alive.
Let me make sure you guys know who the fuck you're talking to, alright? Alright.
What's he doing?
Son of a bitch.
Get your crown on.
Alright. Chill, alright? Chill.
Oh. So that is the kingdom. I oh, look how big I am here. Woo! Let's see here. Let's switch this out. There we go. I'm in the throne room, too. Haha! I can do that. Let's go that way. There I am. I'm in the throne room. I'd be a little bit smaller like he was. There. Ta-da! I'm in the throne room now, too. Yeah. See? Hanging out. Now, technically, this is upstairs from where I am. My workshop is in the basement of the castle. And, it's in the basement. Just underneath the dungeon. Yeah, I did. Well, I got a little closer to the portal, is what happened. Because you're all speaking to me through a portal that I kind of just bring with me wherever I go. And that's how it works. So this is the dungeon. As you can see, it's pretty much empty. There's no one in here at the moment. Occasionally, some people from the brothel come up here and, and I was like, why don't you just build a dungeon set there at the brothel instead of hiking all the way up here for down here? Well, so in the workshop, I got the workshop, I got the cauldron room, but I also got the library. Let's go over to the library really quickly. I am teleporting all over the place. I'm all over the castle. Okay, except for Grandma Gertie's room. The king's mom, well, she wasn't always old. I am an immortal wizard. I don't age physically, and I've looked the same handsome self for a long time. And Grandma, well, she wasn't always called Granny Gertie, was she? I just called her Gertie. And she was, down and dirty. Called her Dirty Gertie, you know what I mean? She was down to, she was a excellent wand polisher. Yes, that's the way I'll put that. Yeah. She was,
But now she's 100 and something years old and hasn't aged quite well. But she's still, when she sees me, she remembers old times and kind of says, "Hey, you want to get out some ointment?" And I'm like, no. I haven't aged like that. So it's an interesting thing. So this is the library. Yep. I was given all these books. You see, King Norcalius, who you saw there in the shout-out, Hal wasn't always king. His father was king. Yes, she's still polishing Wanda Champion. Yes, she's putting ointment on it. And I'm like, no. You wax it. You don't anoint it or whatever you're trying to do there. I don't understand. But the king, he was not even born actually when I had arrived at this kingdom, and basically was the court wizard, I believe is the appropriate term, for the former king. Yep. The former king was, well, I mean, he was okay. He bought drinks. He'd pay for the night at the brothel, the debauchery. He was into it. We used to go visit the elves. Lots of fun there. Human-elf relations used to be much better than they are now. Things are a little rough, and that I blame him, actually. It's his fault. But I was his wizard, and something happened between the elves and the king, and next thing I knew, he was at war with the elves. All of them. We're surrounded by elves, sire. I mean, want to pick one? This isn't a brutal John Wick style fart blast. He just unleashed on all of them at once. And the problem with some kings, I gotta say, is that they are they think they're impervious or something. Like, things have always gone their way. And I hate to explain this, but not many people, kings are frequently like, "I've never lost a battle." And I'm like, yeah, kings that have lost battles aren't talking about the battles they've lost. They're dead on the battlefield. That's how that freaking works. And unless you've won all the battles, you just, don't go bragging about it. So the king, he was getting cocky. I guess that's the only word for it. He was getting cocky. A little overconfident. The crown was not fitting on the head kind of situation, And he decided to go off to war against the elves without me. Thinking, he didn't need me. I'd been keeping his ass alive this whole time. He didn't even realize it. I'd saved him from so many arrows that he didn't even notice. But he went off to battle without me. Didn't even mention that he was leaving. Went off to battle. And was soundly defeated. Trounced even by the elves. The elves were able to best him. And he was so distraught by that. Well, first of all, an arrow had pierced him, so he was dying on the battlefield. But I had such a bond with the king at the time that I was able to feel that, transport myself through a portal directly to him, and use my non-insignificant arts here to save his life. Thankfully. And that worked. Unfortunately, magic does come with a price. And although I was able to save his mortal body, his mind was seemingly afflicted. You see, the king was now obsessed, the only word that I can use, with his own mortality. He had never thought he could be bested, defeated in battle, or anything. Everything had always gone his way. Kind of a royal pain he was. And now he was faced with the possibility that not only could he be defeated, but that he could be killed. And he had never thought about this yet. And he kept talking about having to secure his legacy and do all these things. So the king put many men to work for me. Because he came to me and said to me, "Lithodora, you
are a powerful wizard, you must grant me immortality like you yourself are favored with. And I said, Your Highness, I can't do that. Maybe if you were my offspring or something, but you're not. I mean, how am I going to give you immortality? There are spells, there are, things that I've heard about, only rumors that may help. I would need books, and so the king, he got many of his soldiers who weren't on the front lines to begin construction on the workshop, and the library, and the other chambers that I do have down here in the lowest levels of the castle, which he said was for my own protection, but really it was just so that I didn't try to leave, even though I could just take a portal. I don't know. He was not right in the head at the time. So it was that I began my quest of literature, of reading great works. And eventually I did find in one of these books the directions on how to produce a sorcerer's stone. A sorcerer's stone, of course, is fabled for producing gold and the elixir of life. This book did not claim to produce gold, because, as far as I know, no magic can actually produce gold. That's why it's used for universally as a basis of commodities. The economies are built on it because no one can just produce more of it. It's just one of those things. I think it's one of Gamp's elemental laws of magic that prevents you from doing that, kind of like how you can't actually just make food. Anyway, you know that. I'm telling you things you know. But the king, he sent me here. I found the recipe in the book. This book right here, actually. That one, yeah. And in it was the directions on how to make a sorcerer's stone. This right here, my friend, is a sorcerer's stone. It really is. This is the sorcerer's stone. I did since had it, like, on a keychain, because, gotta keep track of it. The thing about it, and the lesson I want you to remember from this all, if you remember anything from this story, is that, don't be hasty with directions. When beginning a project, especially one such as an arduous task as creating a sorcerer's stone, read the directions from beginning to end before beginning on your task. I wish I had. You see, the directions seemed quite simple on the first page. Collected all the ingredients and I started to combine them, and I chewed them up and I ate them as it said to in the directions, and then I turned the page. A sorcerer's stone, it turns out, is created inside of a sorcerer, which is not a bad thing. You just take all these 11 sacred herbs and spices, you combine them together in a special mixture, you ingest them, and within the month under the full moon, the stone will coalesce and form within the sorcerer. The directions, of course, said that the stone would then pass through my wand. Hey, you're right, there is no drop here. Let's go in the workshop. Or you can once again drop in your little guy in the cauldron. So yes, the directions said this big stone was gonna pass through what amounts to being a small hole there. You know what I mean? So thankfully the directions did also mention where the stone would be coalescing. And I developed a procedure using my wand to make a small incision within my own body and remove the stone. Dragon Holy Fire landing in the cauldron. Congratulations. I removed the Sorcerer's Stone from my body, and that's why it has this reddish color. You can't even see that. But there's red in there. That is my blood. I removed the stone from my body, and that was called lithoscopy. Look it up. It's a real word. It's named after me. The removal of a stone from the body is called lithoscopy. I did it first. I've heard that healers have perfected it and use it to great success to remove stones from mortals who have such things as kidney stones and other such things that sound painful. Would be cool if gallstones were magical. Exactly. See? What is my favorite video game? I'll tell you in a minute. But basically, I now had the stone. And the king had sent me on this quest. It had taken me years to do that. I had to read thousands of books. And in that time, as I said, the king was afflicted in the mind. The man that I knew and protected as a great sovereign king was no more. He was now a tyrant. He was cruel. And he hunted the elves ruthlessly. And I knew to bestow upon such a person the gift of immortality would be no gift to the world, but a curse.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Ah! That is some fries. I would like some fries. Can't have any fries. Damn it. Bacon. Oh, anyway, so I didn't give the king the immortality. Yes, the curse of severe pain is the kidney stones. It's probably accurate, actually. So the king was now a tyrant. Cruel. But he was still at war. And this time it was a war with the trolls. And although everyone is a mortal enemy of the troll, I didn't reveal to the king that I had finished my quest and available to assist him. He went into battle and he was killed by the Troll King, who had taken his great battle axe and split him in twain. Yes, 2 parts, just... And even my significant power was unable to do a thing to save him. Even if I wanted to. Of course, I let it be known that I wanted to, because it did not look good to say I could have saved him, but I chose not to. Especially to the young king, who had been out amongst the people, learning about all the trades in the kingdom. And my hope now rested upon him. Perhaps one day, if he is truly worthy, we shall grant him the secret of the Sorcerer's Stone and immortality, if the kingdom so desires. As it is what is best for the kingdom, and not for the king, that I must consider. Yes, there is a great troll king, and there is a troll war looming. They are lurking in the shadows, in the darkness. Sometimes they come out to try to troll. And I have summoned a great spirit to help me in repelling trolls when they do make an appearance here in my chambers. Because they do sometimes try. And I have summoned this spirit to help me with vicious mockery repel the trolls from invading in the borders. Here's a sample.
You are a total scumbag. That's all you are, a total scumbag. That's all you'll ever be, is a total scumbag. Well, maybe if you work on it, one day you'll make it up to douchebag. But right now, you're just a scumbag.
Yeah. So I summoned this spirit of a recently departed soul to help me with vicious mockery to help keep the trolls away. And I appreciate his vicious mockery. So Vinivicarta earlier asked me what my favorite video game is. Depends on what you mean. Haha! Do you mean my current favorite video game? Like, what's out right now? What's the best game of all time? Because for me, my favorite video game of all times is a Nintendo game. I play it every year for nostalgia. And it is a game that no one has ever said, oh, I like that game. Or, I know what you're talking about. No one, ever. No, it's okay. I thought we'd go there. My favorite video game of all time is a Nintendo game called Le Emperor, where you are Napoleon and you must conquer Europe. As a child, I used to rent Nintendo games from the local grocery store. And I rented this particular game so much that when it went to sell, they were selling off the games because they had now Super Nintendo games. I went in there to try to buy the thing, and the lady behind the counter said, no, that's yours. You've already paid for it. Like, you've rented it so much that it's your game. You're the only person that's ever rented it. So I got the game. But I bought some other games. So that was nice. Because I was a paper boy at the time, and so I would appear at the grocery store every morning to get my newspapers like 5 in the morning on my bike with a little wagon so I could pull them behind me because I had so many papers to deliver. I couldn't possibly do it in one trip unless I used a wagon. Yeah. The worst job I've ever had. I was also allergic to the ink they used. So I ended up with, like, warts, so I had to wear gloves. So there I was, wearing gloves the entire time, riding a bicycle for 2 hours every morning before school. Ridiculous. Yeah. Seriously. Le Emperor. Which probably doesn't hold up at all. I mean, honestly, for me, it's a nostalgic thing. I play it, I can go through it, it takes me a whole weekend. I could conquer Europe pretty much without fail now. But as a kid, I only did it one time. Once. Ever. It was very difficult. It takes a lot of planning, and some luck. Really, it does. La Emperor, pretty much. Yes. Let's see. I love that when I type that in, it just immediately says, yep, that's what you're looking for. But we're gonna get into that battle. It's this, right? Right there. La Emperor. That's right. That's it. That's the game. Google it. I mean, you'll see. It's a, you know, I would say it's an early version of such games as Total War. Speaking of Total War, let's get in here and drop in for battle. However, keep in mind, it is from the late 80s. And, woo! As I say, the graphics don't hold up whatsoever. Who is this giant of a man? Oh, he's dead. Oh, good. Woo! Woo! I'm gonna go back to what Dragon Holy Fire said earlier about... It's my opinion trolls are worse than large goblins because they regenerate. Now, the interesting thing here in this world is there are goblins, and the goblins are actually not bad. They're friendly, to some extent. I have been on adventures with the Goblin King, even. Lots of fun. He's a good guy. He's the tallest of the goblins. He's 3 feet tall. I'm curious of what kind of shout out I'd give him. Let's see if I can find let's see if we can find the Goblin King and give him a shout out, because that might be entertaining. 1 second. I want to see if we can find the Goblin King. I know what his name is. I'm just curious of what
If he's even got any clips. Let's see here. I had to make sure I was spelling the name right. Let's try it. Let's see what happens if we shout out the Goblin King. Ready? Ooh. Whee! Yeah, experience.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yes!
Welcome. Minstrels, play.
It's the Goblin
Good.
King.
Here we are. Well, welcome back, everyone. I made it back twice now.
He is not on stream very much, though. He will be on the Kingdom of Narcalius, though, quite frequently. But is he on his own channel? No. He's returned a few times here and there. But he is frequently on the Afterworld, which is an interesting thing. I was on the Afterworld's podcast, my friends. And, of course, there I played a character, which is a new experience for me to be playing a character. I've never done anything like that before. And there I played Clarence. And Clarence, of course, was the oldest person in the apocalypse. I was the survivor. The oldest man in the apocalypse. The Afterworld podcast is, yes, the Goblin King is extremely photogenic. He's only 3 feet tall, though. One night there was some confusion in the camp. I'm not sure exactly what was going on, but, I basically we were with one barbarian female. It was the king, it was the old headmaster of the Obsidian Tower, the barbarian female, the Goblin King, myself, and they both ended up climbing in my bed at the same time, in my, my bedroll, and I don't know what the hell is going on there. It was an interesting night. I killed a Minotaur later, because we were attacked. It was pretty interesting. I killed a Minotaur. It was kind of, they were attacking it with swords and stuff, and I'm like, what are you guys doing? Get back. Then I killed it with a little flick of my wand, and its head came off. And then I carried it around like a trophy, because, I don't know why I was taking the head, but it was a good thing I did. Sometimes getting some head is a great thing. And this time it proved to be a great thing. I had the Minotaur's head, carried around the bag, and we were attacked by some barbarians, a whole horde of them. And it turned out that Minotaur had been wreaking havoc upon them. Many of them had been killed by that Minotaur, and I killed it, and had it in my bag, so when they were looking in the bags, and I was just like, I'm gonna... Listen, if these barbarians threaten to kill me, I'm gonna kill them all. And the king was like, calm down, but I was like, okay, but I'm just saying, like, remember that time they took my stapler? Anyway, yeah, so the barbarians, they found the Minotaur's head in my bag, and then they were like, whoa, you guys killed the Minotaur? And I'm like, yeah. They called it something, I forgot. But anyhow, that's what led to me starting the hygiene program and the literacy program for the barbarians. Unfortunately, both were a tremendous failure. And then it turned out a couple of the barbarians started to hang out with trolls, and they taught some of the trolls to read, and the trolls really took to it. Like, Flies to honey or something. It was great. Yes. Getting ahead is always a great thing. Yes, getting ahead is always a great thing. Especially, you shouldn't put off for tomorrow what you can do today. You should always get ahead. Now, Vitivic Arts, watch some of the Emperor gameplay. That is some old stuff. I'm not even kidding. Like, seriously. Was it like 1988 or something? Like, whoo. 86. Graphics are bad, but it's a nostalgia thing for me. Get head tomorrow and today. Got it. Yes, always get head. Barbarians are notorious for taking things, especially staplers for some reason. Yeah, I mean, they don't even do any paperwork. I mean, that was the worst part. I was trying to teach them how to read and things, and they would just use the paper to start fires and stuff, and I'm like, that's your homework. And they were like, yeah, it works great in my home. And I was like, no, that's... And then I was trying to teach them hygiene, how to bathe and stuff, and then they kept just sending me women, and I was like, hey, the men need to wash too, and they were like, Anyhow, I had a lot of fun with that part. Just saying, there might be some little lists running around north of the wall. So if you see any Lithodora looking barbarians north breach, you know, let me know. I need to keep track of how many there are in case any have magical ability. So far of my 150 children in this universe, only a handful have magic. Yeah, you win some, you lose some. It's important. Yes, the Emperor tunes really stick in my head. The other songs that stick in my head from the old video games, by the way, we're bouncing back and forth because I got ADHD. Yeah! The other song that sticks in my head forever is, of course, Tetris. Tetris songs are in my head forever. And my greatest story, of course, is about Super Mario Brothers 3. Woo! Get in that cauldron. The, Super Mario Brothers 3, I had... Let's see here. Never heard of the game yet. No one had heard of the game yet. But there was a thing on the local Fox Kids show where they had a call-in contest. Oh. And I called in and I won tickets. No, I won a chance to be in a... That's what it was. I won a chance to be in a drawing. So basically you got to be in a drawing to send you, in my case, not very far, but to the premiere of a movie. Ooh. And it was The Wizard. That was the name of the movie. The Wizard. With Brad Savage. And at the end of the movie, I got a prize pack, and in the prize pack there was like a hat. I think it was a hat. But the only thing I really remember was I got a copy of Super Mario Brothers 3 at the premiere of The Wizard, which was the first time most people in America had ever seen Super Mario Bros. 3 because the movie was basically a promotion for the movie, or for the game. So, I got to go to the premiere, got to see the stars. I didn't get to meet any of them. I got to eat something from the table. Ooh. And then, got a little prize pack, and in the prize pack there was Super Mario Brothers 3. Woo! That is my biggest story. I'm like, I won something once. that was my biggest like win. I got to go to the thing. They didn't provide us room and board though. We had to go down there and like spend the day and then come back. I think it was because at the time I lived in the region. That was a short trip. You know what I mean? And because I had won it, I was taken. You won a Page Master t-shirt from Chips Ahoy! Woo! That's pretty good, actually. Now, one of the things, though, was at the time, back in the 1990s, the family used to sit down, and we would get some thing in the mail once a month called, like, a Sweepstakes Monthly or something like that. And it was just a printed out sheet of paper. And it had in it, this is before the internet, kids. It had in it a list of all the contests that you could enter into. And we would sit down as a family with a bunch of 3x5 cards and envelopes and spend about 4 hours just filling them in. Just filling out, putting in your name, your address, your phone number on a 3x5 card, putting it on the envelope, making a stack of them, taking it to the post office, and entering contests. I've won a lot of contests because I've entered a lot of contests. But going to the premiere of the movie was a pure luck thing. It was a call this number, be certain caller, you get entered into a drawing, you win the drawing, you get to go. That was more of like, wow. The other one was send in 3x5 cards. Lots of them. And we won many, many, many things. And I would say I won a Sega Master System, not Genesis. I won an entire collection of Disney VHS at one point. The whole series. I won it twice. I got 2 complete sets of Disney movies. Now, keep in mind, this was, of course, right before such movies as The Lion King came out. Before The Little Mermaid. Right before all those. So before the Disney Renaissance, or whatever they call that. So I did get a complete collection of Disney movies twice. PageMaster. PageMaker was software. Not as dope. But yes, I had a lot of fun filling in contest, trying to win prizes. But my favorite thing we ever won, unfortunately I was too big for it already, and I'm not a big person, but won a pedal car. It was a Formula One race car, plastic, with SpaghettiOs. It was SpaghettiO branded. The whole thing was. And it was like pedal power. It looked like it was going to be a go-kart. And I was excited as hell because I thought we won a go-kart. And then it turned out to be a little pedal car. And I could only use it for a little tiny bit before I was like, I had a growth spurt and I can't use it anymore. So we ended up getting rid of that. Won so many stupid things, though. Many flashlights, many keychains, many things. It was a lot of fun to actually fill out 3x5 cards by hand, put them in the mail, wait and see if you won something. And it was a family experience. So yeah, I did do that when I was younger. It was a lot of fun. And I wish it was the same way now. Of course, everything is pretty much go on the internet, fill out a bunch of stuff, click this, like that, go to Twitter. Yes, it was archaic. But a lot of things would say, you know, to enter, fill out a 3x5 card by hand and put into a self-addressed stamped envelope. And we would. It was a lot of work to fill it out. And I always thought, boy, this would be a lot easier if we could just print them by hand, print them out, mail them in. But they wanted you to put in that effort because a lot of these contests occurs where you could win if you bought something. And we weren't buying nothing but stamps. You know what I mean? Gotta get our stamps in there. So I'm gonna drop some troops into some friends battles really quickly because I'm big on the Stream Raiders. I'm really pushing for this affiliate thing. That's why we're even doing the troops right now. We're dropping the troops. We're gonna get in there. This might be our last Stream Raider battle for the night, though. I don't know. Yeah. 15 minutes on... Yeah, this is gonna be the last Stream Raider battle of the night. So, Vitivic Arts asked me what my favorite game was, and then I went on a whole thing about nostalgia. But if we go and we look at my Steam store at the library and say, what do I have the most time in? Crusader Kings 2. 570 hours in that game. And I'm going to say I will never play it again. One thing about Skyrim is not listed in here, though, because I didn't own it on Steam. I bought it somewhere else, and so I didn't have it on Steam. Steam didn't track my time in there. Sure, I have 1,000 hours in Skyrim. I played Skyrim so much and did so much in the game that one day I decided to no longer play video games. Like, I wasted part of my life in Skyrim. Like, I was living another life in there. And I felt like it was important that I get some kind of benefit for my time. 1,000 hours in a game is a lot of time in a game, you know? And that is when I took up Rocksmith. Rocksmith I have 419.9 hours in. I'm almost to 420, guys. Woo! I should play some more. I used to fire up Rocksmith every single day. I bought an electric guitar. It's right over there. And I got Rocksmith. So the reason I did that, though, was when I saw the game, I was like, oh, shit. I was playing Guitar Hero, Rock Band, those things like that. And while they're fun to play with the family, especially Rock Band, because we had 2 guitars and the drum sets and the microphones, and yeah, a lot of fun. But I felt like I wasn't learning a valuable skill by doing any of this stuff. By playing Rocksmith, my 420 hours in there, I can play the guitar. I mean, I've done it here on stream even. I bust out sometimes on Magical Musical Mondays, and I will sing and play the guitar. And I have a lot of fun. Don't have a lot of viewers, but I have a lot of fun. Yeah, so the Rockin' Wizard it's a lot of fun. I mean, but just ahead of Rocksmith, behind Crusader Kings 2. And the only reason Crusader Kings 2 has so much time in it was because I was unemployed for a short period of time, and I sat around and played the game. Collected my unemployment check. Like, meh. I should have been streaming that. Didn't know about streaming. Otherwise I would have been here. But in between those two, I would say my favorite game is Railway Empire. Where you build trains. Like, you know, like Railroad Tycoon. Yeah, that's me. I love that game. And then, petering out behind that, we have other games with, like, American Truck Driving Simulator with 300 hours in it. Yep. 300 hours just driving truck. It's relaxing after a stressful day. Just sit down with my racing wheel and just drive. Don't have to worry about insurance, and I make it a point to run the red lights. Every time. Yes. And sometimes I push the cops off the road. You mean Customs Forge? Yes. Okay, let me go back now. Oh, you like strategy games? Yes, I like strategy games. That would, yeah, pretty much. Like, you know, somebody else was talking to me about how they spent all this time playing Ultima Online, and I said at that time I was playing Age of Empires. Yeah. 1 more hour! Yeah, I think everyone felt that was Skyrim. You know, that's the thing I did. I really felt like, what am I doing with my life? I was so done. And the thing is, I have played Elder Scrolls Online, which was kind of fun because I was playing with people. And they have spent a lot of time in it, and more than I had. And so I enjoyed that. The thing, too, was that I eventually did get back into games, obviously. I think a Total War game came out, and I was like, I'm back in, baby! I do own every Total War game. I definitely do. Total War Napoleon is my one of my top games. Right now, Noida has pushed past it. I've been playing a lot of Noida here on stream. 90 hours that... 90 hours of marbles on stream. I've streamed 90 hours of marbles. I'm a marble wizard. I don't know. Yeah. I should do a collab with Grim. I don't think I'm good enough to do a collab with Grim. I think Late Night is. Late Night could do it, because Late Night does have a ton of hours into Rocksmith. He took up Accountant Simulator. You know, there's a website. Yeah, Customs Forge. So in my Rocksmith, I have a ton of songs. Just a ton of them. When I first got it, my cousin was also into it, and we exchanged songs too. So I think I have like 6 gigabytes of songs. Like, some of them I've never heard before. A lot of the songs I can play in Rocksmith, I've never heard outside of Rocksmith. And some of the songs that I've even picked up the guitar acoustically and learned to play and sing, I never heard. I still have never heard the Edmund Fitzgerald, a song that I just figured this is what it sounds like, and I played it. And some of my friends are like, yeah, that's perfect. You've never heard it before. No, never. But yeah, it's a long ballad about a ship that sinks. Yeah. What's my favorite Total War? Oh, yeah. So nobody likes Empire. I liked Empire. I did. The problem with Empire is it needs to be revamped. Total War Empire getting a modern update would be, like Rome did. Sign me up. I'll be down for Empire. Right now, going back to the graphics is kind of like playing Emperor. Like, and I'm not as nostalgic for Empire as I am the Emperor, which means that I can play it once a year. And I try to basically speed run the game, which without cheating. There's a cheat you can do to beat the Emperor in like 1 minute. Ugh. But yeah, Total War Empire was so good it flopped hard. I mean, it shouldn't have. Oh, right now, by the way, haha, up there on my list in number, well, let's see here. Crusader Kings, Railway Empire, Rocksmith, Truck Driver Game, Total War Rome 2 is up there. But then Half-Life is there. And then Left 4 Dead 2. Anyone who's never played Left 4 Dead 2, right now on Steam, it's the free weekend. And if you play on the free weekend, people who are playing with you actually get an achievement for playing with you. So, get on it. It's also $1.99. It's a lot of fun to kill zombies. It's a co-op game. And I think 90% of my Steam friend list are people I met playing Left 4 Dead 2. Yes, the Total War Warhammer games. I own all of them? Yes, I own all of them. Actually, I'm considering... I don't own them all. Not, like, outright on Steam. I have Total War 2 Warhammer, which I played with my oldest son. And we played a lot of it. And Steam says I only had 2 hours in it, but I think I didn't have it on Steam for some reason at the original. I pay for the Xbox Game Pass for the PC. So it's $10 a month, $120 a year. Depending on how bad my bills get, I might have to stop paying for it. But I find that it's pretty good to me. I can play Age of Empires 4, Dead by Daylight's on there, Sea of Thieves is on there, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge was on there. So there was quite a few games that I jumped in there and was like, oh, I'm playing that. Total War Warhammer 3 is on there as well. So for $10 total, I was able to get all of these games each month and play them to my heart's content. Yeah, so there's a lot there. I find that at $10 a month, it's debatable. Crusader Kings 3 is there. I'm not jumping into that one. I don't care. I had seriously played too much on the other one that I burnt myself out and was like, I'm done with this one. Well, there's a loophole. Yes, I know, but I'm just at that point where I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to keep trying. Also, it was based on my credit card. So, I mean, I could probably keep churning through credit cards and trying to keep that dollar for 3 months. But at the same time, I like being able to add friends and find them. And I'm just going to do that. Plus, when I spend on Twitch as a streamer, I get the write off on my taxes. I just saved the receipts. So this armor that I bought, the foam armor I was showing off earlier, yep, I'm writing that off. All this stuff I'm using to make merch, I'm writing that off as well. And I do have... today I got this too. Something I ordered a while ago. Deco foil. Now, earlier I was talking about how I was making these labels here for the darkness potion and it just didn't come out right. Well, that's because I used the cricket. The thing I regret buying the most is a cricket. $100-something and it just... I end up using the slider, but yeah. Does buying game count for taxes? It does. As long as you can prove you did it on Twitch. Now, I'm no accountant, but I did manage to... I'm making a loss here, streaming. Right? I'm at a loss. I bought a computer. I bought a microphone. Look at that thing. And, yeah. So I'm at a loss. So I was able to say anything I made on Twitch doesn't count. I spent more than I made. And so I was able to get a very tiny boost back. Basically, I was able to get back a little bit of the money that I had spent throughout the year. Compared to paying taxes on the small amount of money I made on Twitch. I got a credit for being a small business. Talk to your accountant. Well, we're coming up on the end here, but we're going to do a quick run on Noida. Because we can. I don't know that I have it in me to run. No, it's perfectly legal. Remember, tax avoidance is perfectly legal. Kraken is playing Left 4 Dead right now. Holy shite. I was going to play a little Noida, but I don't know if I have that in me, actually. Woo! I think we're going to go ahead and just do our Stream Raider battle. And find someone worthy of raiding for the night. Now, of course, taxes here in the United States are different. So do check your own region. You never know. Could be completely different there. But here, I had to go through some things. And I had to go to a different accountant, even. H&R Block was really, like, meh about what I was trying to do. Because they considered it to be real estate income. My Twitch income was considered real estate income as far as they were concerned. And the people who work for H&R Block are not tax accountants. They're not. They're like consultant people who know how to fill in a software program that prompts it. Basically, it's a huge business. Taxes should be free, but it's not. Ugh. Anyway, before I get into a rant about taxes... And I didn't miss the thing that Ham Flower Man said about Sea of Thieves being tight. Being a pirate legend. I haven't made it that far yet. But I will. We got 12 seconds left on the clock. Let's get in here. Hopefully we manage to get in there and drop in the troopers. How many people we got in here? We got a lot of people. Look at all these people. We got 19 people dropping in their troops. I want to thank each and every one of you for participating in the battles tonight. In fact, I'm going to bring up the thing here in just a second. Dun dun da 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 da. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum ba da da ba. Okay. Kill the giant. He's got a tree on his back. Oh, he does. He's got a tree. All right, Vidic. We'll put it to the vote. You'll be in the votes. We have a vote to determine who we're going to raid into. It's always a lot of fun. And we'll do that right now. Just as soon as this battle ends up. All right, let's see here. Popping off with the most assists. I got the most kills? Really? I got the most kills? We're just going to randomly give them out to all those randos out there. I didn't even put in that this was the last battle of the night, but it was the last battle. If you were here in the stream, you knew that. Of course, we are trying very hard to get to our Stream Raider affiliate. We've met every goal, but how many battles have been played in the last 7 days? Let's take a look at the streams that are up right now. Let's see where we can go. We have got. Well, we're gonna shout out some people. We're gonna see where that takes us. Jello Bleedo to make the cut for tonight. Jello, good friend of the channel, the only moderator at the ADHD Theater, even. Jello is currently playing Space Engineers.
I stopped.
Oh!
Oh, dude! You guys know what to do with that one. Go ahead and get the clips out. That was freaking awesome. That was excellent precision at its finest.
We got Naviri. What's Naviri doing? I don't know. Up there's no clips. That's how new of a streamer Naviri is. And we're gonna put 4. Oh, jeez, actually. We're going to Velix Ray. Velix Ray is an Australian streamer.
Fuck, she's so fucking good in this game.
Ela matou cara?
Cara, jogando comigo, ela matou 3 pessoas.
She speaks English, I swear. She's also the top gifter for this channel at this point, whether the chat says it or not. And let's see here. Let's put in Vidovic. Vidovic. Alright, so I hope I just did that right. Yeah! Five minutes is going to be up on the poll. Jello Bleedo. Naviri. Velix Ray. Or Vidovic Arts. Alright, 5 minutes on the poll. Let me know where we should go. Who we should bestow the raid upon. And hopefully, it'll be a good time. Everybody enjoys. So do vote in the poll. We're going to be getting out of here this Thursday night. So we'll be back here on Monday. On Monday, we will be playing more Stray, I think is what we're going to do. We're going to finish up the game Stray. That's what I think I do. Oh! Captain Peelcard is here! Hello, Captain Peelcard. Let's give you a... Well, we're choosing who we're going to raid.
Alexander reached out to touch the Black Widow.
Ah, how sweet. The matrimony. I knew you'd change your mind.
Alexander feels the sharp prick of the Black
Walking a lot.
Widow's
I'm walking a
teeth
lot.
and his...
I am doing a lot of walking.
shit.
Well, let's see. Did I do enough walking today? That's a good question. I don't think I did. I took a long walk today, but I only took one walk. I only took 2,590 steps. Ah, no. But I am averaging more steps a day than I did last week, so that's good. We're getting there. We're getting there. Well, Captain Peelcard is a great streamer. Definitely plays a lot of great retro games. Was playing what was it, Dark Side of the Moon on the Nintendo. Like, it was a 8-bit recreation of the entire album. That was amazing. I enjoyed that. Yeah, that was King's Quest. Yes, that's right. I should probably jump in and play some damn King's Quest. It seems like it's on point for my stream here. Captain Peelcard, how you doing? I did have the first ever episode of Twitch Tacto over on the ADHD Theater. I was considering reaching out to you and seeing if you wanted to be on the game show. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. The only problem, of course, is the VOD got deleted, or not saved, because I forgot to check the little box that says save the VODs. But we are putting on our next episode on Saturday, the 30th, at 6 p.m. Pacific, over on the ADHD Theater. And I'm curious, if I do another shout out for the ADHD Theater, what's going to happen. We are currently running a poll. Here, it's Nimmy again.
Hi, I'm Nemi, your friendly neighborhood demoness.
I gotta change out the clip, because I want it to show my promo.
For that. I'm just a random streamer that does random things here, and we all get together and celebrate our degeneracy. And
Woo,
you're always
degeneracy.
welcome to come and be yourself at the Demon Lair, free of judgment. No kink shaming, that's the only rule that I have. So
I'm more into Space Quest and Leisure Suit Larry, but I like LucasArts adventure games better. I loved Sierra games, but I was into the, what was that? The contraption one where you have to build something? The machine? Crazy Machine or whatever it's called. Yeah, I love that. What's funny is I kind of have an issue with it. I don't remember the Incredible Machine. I love that. Space Quest. It looks like we're having a tie in the poll right now of who we should raid. We got Jello Bleedo with 1 and Velix Ray with 1 as well. Naviri has none. Vidivic Arts has none. So if anybody feels like giving a helpful nudge in that direction, we can decide on who we're raiding. Jello, as I say, is a long-time friend of the channel. Velix Ray is somebody who recently returned to streaming. Dropped in and was like, wow, this is an amazing stream. And then, dropped the 5,000 bits. That's the most bits anybody's ever dropped. So we're getting close to the end. We need one more vote to help break the tie. I don't want to have to do a roll. Oh. Looks like we got to break tie. Looks like we're going to Velix Ray unless something happens. So yes, my recovery has been good. It's not like the nurse that saw me. Hey, we're back up to it's a tie again. Jello Bleedo, Velix Ray. Whew. I don't have the dice set up for this. That's okay. We're going to do a 50-50. It's okay. I know what I'm going to do. One second while I set it up. Wow, that's that's hideous, but we're gonna use it. Alright, are we ready for this? Look! The wheel will decide. There's the wheel. I'm gonna click it to spin. The yellow part is Jello. Velix Ray is the gray part. Here we go! Who's gonna win? It's a 50-50 chance. We could even just do this instead of rolling and pulling. It's gonna be Jello. It's gonna be Velix Ray. Felix Ray has won. Oh my goodness. That was quite the exciting little thing there. I was surprised it worked. Normally you put more things on there, but you know, I didn't. So hopefully tomorrow I get waken up and I see that I finally completed the Stream Raiders affiliate, which has been a long push to hit that thing. We're going to be raiding Felix Ray, which is going to be an interesting time, I think. We're going to get in there. Monday we'll be back here at 7 p.m. Wait a minute. And Felix Ray raided out, so Jello it is! While we were messing about, she raided out, and she's Australian. Where the hell did she go? Why would she stop now? Yep, she raided out. She's not streaming anymore. She was just streaming 10 seconds ago. Good deal. Alright, Jello Bleedo is getting our raid, my friends. This channel is intended for mature audiences. Now, you can pretty much say whatever you want over there as long as it's within terms of service. Jello has a free space. And, you know, yeah. He is playing Space Engineers. Of course, when you get there, let him know where you came from, and he'll know, because, you know, we came. You can use the raid if you got it. If you are a sub, you can use the sub emotes. Yes, we will be getting out of here, but this is not the end of our journey. We'll be back again on Monday. I'm going to be putting in some work on this weekend, working on potions, getting the potions into the store. You can find that there on the merch. Currently, the only thing that's in there is the mana potion. I'll have the pink eye ointment in there. I'll have the liquid darkness in there. I'll be getting in the Barufio's brain elixir. That's going to go in there as well. And perhaps even the lust potion, my friends. So, be sure to tune in Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific. Check out the merch store. Drop into the Discord. ! Discord will bring that up there. Boop. Get in there so you can follow me and find out when I'm going to be live. 7 p.m. Pacific. Monday, Wednesdays. And you'll find me here late night with Lithodora. I want you to remember to be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. But most of all, remember, be kind and rewind. Take care. Good night.